welcome back to the Shire Shed. It's been a little while, hasn't it? I'll get into all that. Some of you know and kind of have an inkling. But yeah, I'll get into that a little bit later. Today, I'm going to be reviewing a tobacco producer that I don't really review very often. As you saw from the thumbnail, I'm sure. Going to be reviewing Baren, Virginia number 1. I've had this one several times, so this is definitely not a first impression. But it's also not one that I really see reviewed terribly often. And oddly enough, on tobacco reviews, it's got like a 2.7 out of 4 or 5 or whatever it is. Not super great, which is kind of weird, but I know some people just don't know how to baby Virginias the way they are supposed to be babied. So yeah, I'm gonna stop yammering and I'm gonna light this up. So yeah, I'll be right back. And we're back. A couple of I guess asides before we get rolling. I gotta see if I remember how to do this. How to be a presenter. To be honest, I was trying to decide whether to do this one or McBaren Virginia Flake. My theory is that they're basically the same blend, only one's ready rubbed and one isn't. Which one's ready rubbed, Sonny? It's this one, Virginia number 1. Now this one has a decent amount of age on it. I would say probably maybe 2 or 3 years. Having it in what I believe is the Missouri Meerschaum Because We Can number 9. I don't know. It's basically a well, it's that with a blue Italian acrylic stem. Pretty good stuff. As you might expect from a Virginia. Very sweet, very grassy. Definitely benefits from some time in the jar. I think the first time I had this, it was fresh out of the tin and maybe had 6 months of age on it by that point. And I got a little bite from it, but nothing too bad. And I've had it, like I said, a few times since. And having it now, it's hardly any bite at all, if any. I'd put this on a potential sleepers list. It's not the best Virginia, in my opinion, but it is damn good. Let's go over to tobacco reviews and see what it says over there. In 1955, Virginia number 1 was introduced to the world's pipe smokers, and today, Virginia number 1 is one of the McBaren classics. The natural sweetness from the carefully selected Virginia tobaccos are to be enjoyed every time you light up this magnificent blend. In addition to a slow, cool smoke This Ready Rub blend gives you the slightly sweet smoke. Try the Virginia Number 1 and find out for yourself why Virginia Number 1 is reckoned as a McBaren Classic blend. Interesting. Kind of a lot of sentences to say the same thing. It is a straight Virginia. Contents are Virginia. You don't say. Flavoring is sweet and sugar. I'm not 100% whether there's actual flavoring in this as a topping. It is a ready rubbed. Comes in a 100-gram tin and a 100-gram pouch, apparently. Don't believe I've seen that. So, country of origin is Denmark, and it is currently available. Strength is mild, flavoring is mild, room note is pleasant, and the taste is mild to medium. And as I said, yeah, it has 2.77 out of 4 possible. A lot of 3-star reviews. Some 4-star. It honestly doesn't rank as high as I would think it would. However, the people that do enjoy it quite a bit. So, like I said, definite sweet notes, definite grassy notes. I'm even pushing it a little bit, and it feels like it wants to bite, but it's not going to. Some of you may know that I switch my tobacco rotation as the seasons change. And this time of year, it's springtime currently. Early spring, but still spring. Around now is when I put away the dark fired blends, mostly. I keep a lot of the vapors around, and I pull out the straight Virginias. I usually let those sleep all winter long because I'm telling you, I don't know if it's in my head or if it's something else, but I don't get the same flavor out of Virginias in the wintertime that I do in the summer, in the spring, when it's warmer. I just don't. So, my thought is, whether that's in my head or not, it's what I think. So I just put them away. And then I have something to look forward to going into spring. And the same thing when fall and winter start to roll in. I put the Virginias away and I pull out the dark fireds. Makes for a really exciting thing to look forward to. So that's what I do. And my favorite Virginia, I've got to say, it used to be HH Pure Virginia. And I had Matches did a video about the perfect smoke. And they happen so infrequently, I think, that when they do happen, it's like this weird epiphany. Anyway, I had a perfect smoke with Pure Virginia one time where it was just like, oh, this is so good. And I know what pipe I had it in. It was in a XL02 Peterson Emerald with a P-lip, which is weird because Virginias are supposed to do better in like a smaller, taller bowl. This was a big, fat, deep bowl. Um, so, and that was not last summer. I think it was the summer before. And that was the last time I had the perfect smoke with that. Weather's nice and the dudes out on the motorcycles are being loud. And I'm not judging, I'm jealous because I miss having a motorcycle for that very reason. I would kill to be out on two wheels right now, let me tell you. Anyway, last time I had the perfect smoke with Pure Virginia was then. And I've had perfect smokes with Haunted Bookshop several times. Not every time, but certainly more than other blends. And yeah, I just so what blend has I think surpassed Pure Virginia for me is Luxury Navy Flake. Um, something about it doesn't need much age either, which is the crazy part. So Virginia number one, not the best Virginia ever. Certainly not. Some of you will probably disagree with me on that, and that's okay. But one good thing about it is I've noticed there aren't a ton of ready rub, like straight golden Virginias. If you notice, a lot of them are in flakes, which is cool. But we can't all, it's not always practical to mess around with a flake. So there are some good, good budget friendly straight Virginias out there that are not. Sutliff 507C comes to mind, Amphora Virginia. Those are Amphora Virginia is kind of verging on the whole broken flake, so it's kind of there and it's kind of not. 507C is, if I'm remembering correctly, it is ready rubbed. Let me go check, because now I'm questioning myself. I'll be right back. What I have is ready rubbed. It does not look like it came in a flake. Now I've got a pound of it stashed somewhere, but I'm not going to go looking for that. Anyway, more often than not, the straight golden Virginias you're going to find are going to be flakes. So, Virginia number one, ready rubbed, good to go. What I am noticing is it's being a little bitch about wanting to stay lit. That could be because of me. I don't know. So, Virginia number one. Pretty good stuff. Now for what I was alluding to at the beginning of the video. Kind of wanted to explain why I've been absent. Because I've had a ton of you reach out to me to find out what's been going on, if I'm okay, and just to see how I'm doing. Before I get into that, I think I'm gonna pack a bowl of something else, because this Virginia just, I don't think I don't think I'm in the mood for Virginia right now. Yeah. I will be back in a sec. I'm going to go pack a bowl of something that's not a straight Virginia because I'm not feeling it. So, yeah. I'll be right back one more time. And we're back. You know, this probably isn't going to come as a surprise to many of you. When I don't know what to smoke exactly, say what you will, Haunted Bookshop is my go-to. And you know what? Those of you that don't like it, I would have agreed with you about 2 years ago. Having it in my wannabe 7 Ellie. Good looking pipe. Can't go wrong. Oh. The last few weeks have been a little stressful. Lots been going on. And I'm not going to go into a ton of detail, but work has been frustrating. A couple of you know the story with that. Long story short, there's supposed to be two of us as locators, and there's only one, and that's me. And I need help. They've had the position posted for a while, but it's not getting filled. You know, before I continue, I gotta say, mental health issues are a bitch. And you know, there's always gonna be people out there like, oh, just pull yourself out of it, dude. Just pull yourself out of it. This is gonna sound like a BetterHelp ad, but it's not. I don't use BetterHelp, but I will say I use various different methods of self-care, and mental health is so important. And you should always take care of yourself first and foremost. Find things that you get joy out of. Find things that don't necessarily that distract you from, reality, but kind of, yeah. Find things. I've got a dog hair in my mouth. Find things that make you happy and bring you joy. And focus on those things in the moments where you're feeling, at least this is what works for me, in the moments that you're feeling shitty. And I've gotten help for for my mental health stuff, and I continue to get help for it. Both in office and pharmaceutically. Um, so, despite all of that, sometimes our brains have other ideas and our subconscious has other ideas. With all the help in the world, sometimes it still gets a hold of you. So, saying this again, take care of yourself first and foremost. For the love of everything good. In a nutshell, that's what I've been doing. I wasn't finding the desire to have a pipe. It just one day I woke up and I just was like, do I want to have a pipe? Nah. I'll see how I feel later on. Later on happened. Still didn't feel like it. This went on for about a week and a half straight. I didn't have a pipe for almost 2 weeks. So that's part of the reason why I didn't do a video to begin with. Because this is a pipe channel. I'm not going to do a video of me smoking nothing. That's kind of weird and creepy. So that's part of it. The other part was, once I kind of self-reflected and why do I all of a sudden not want to have a pipe? Well, work has been going on, and found out that my sister has a form of breast cancer. Not super stoked about that. And I don't know. Like I said, sometimes our subconscious just has other ideas. And that's the funny thing about depression and anxiety is you can rarely, if ever, pinpoint a reason why it just happens. It could be a multitude of reasons or it could be none. And your brain chemistry just does what the hell it wants to do. I think in my case it was probably a mix of A and B. So I said, you know what? I should really find something else that makes me happy. Well, the weather's been kind of back and forth and, doing the Ohio thing. Rain one day, 75 one day, next day it's like 30. So that was probably also screwing with me. And all this to say, that's what I've been doing. I've been taking care of myself, and I've been finding whatever I possibly can that makes me happy, that I want to do. For me, that has been, I started, all my garden seeds, and those are doing really well. My buckeye trees are kicking ass. And some of you might laugh at me for this, but I don't give a shit. I've been playing Animal Crossing on the Switch. So when the weather's shitty outside and I can't be out in the yard planting anything or tending to flowers or whatever, I do it in the video game world. So I made my own island. This is the first time I've ever played it. Made my own island in Animal Crossing, and of course I called it the Shire because of course I did. And basically made a map accurate version of the Shire in Animal Crossing, and it's been delightful. It's been very therapeutic and very relaxing. So that is what I've been up to. Thank you to those of you who have checked in on me and have been worried about me. Um, Mike, Ryan, Marcus, James, you all know who you are. It would be Thaddeus, Starbuckle, Mike Howell, Marcus Matzik, and Huge Hefner. And probably several others that I cannot think of right now. So my apologies for that. My brain can only hold so many names at one time. But thank you for being concerned, and I'm not through it. Still kind of feeling the funkies here and there. But that's the thing about depression and anxiety and shit, is you'll think you're through it, and then bam, it'll hit you out of nowhere while you're driving down the road, or working out in the yard, mowing the yard, whatever. It's just how it rolls. And I personally don't think, especially in I don't think it's talked about enough and especially in on the male side of things, the man, whatever. Look, depression's real, dude. I don't give a shit what anybody says. And it's not something, I'm talking cliches here, but it's definitely not something you can just pull yourself out of. It's just not. It does not work that way. So, yeah, that's where I've been. And it's funny, because you all know I have quite the affinity for beer, alcohol. Well, beer, alcohol, etc. Funny thing about me is, when I don't drink when I'm down. I drink when I'm happy. It's very strange. If I'm in a good mood, I have a beer. If I'm in a shitty mood, I don't want it. Random and may or may not be related to it, but whatever. Anyway, this video's gone on plenty long enough. I'm so glad that I have Haunted Bookshop here to, well, I can't say save the day, because it's not like the Virginia was ruining my day or whatever. Just wasn't hitting the spot. And that's why I like Haunted Bookshop. I don't expect it to be amazing. I don't expect it to be whatever. I have no expectation for it, except that it just is something good to smoke. And it always meets that expectation. Yeah, this video's gone on long enough. I love you guys. I love each and every one of you. Even my haters. Even my haters. And if you're watching, I love you too. Sincerely, thank you for checking on me. Those that did. And those that didn't, I mean, that's okay too. I love you. I really do. As I say at the end of every video, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. But if you do, don't get caught. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.